time, and right now a desperate search continues for dozens of people missing off the coast of Fort Pierce.
The U.S. Coast Guard says their boat capsized because of rough weather conditions over the weekend.
And take a look. This is where this happened, right here, about 45 miles east of the Fort Pierce Inlet. We know they were traveling from Bimini in the Bahamas.
And our Terry Hornstein is live near the Fort Pierce Inlet this morning. Terry, bring us up to speed. What do you know? What are you learning right now?
Hey, good morning. I just got off the phone with the Coast Guard just minutes ago, and they say they are still out there. Crews are still out there searching for these dozens of people who are missing this morning. This all a part of an apparent smuggling operation from the Bahamas to the United States. So let's take a look at this picture here. It's just wild. It shows a man who was found by a Good Samaritan here in Fort Pierce on that capsized boat. He was sitting on top of it. The 25-foot boat was apparently traveling from the Bahamas to the U.S. with 39 people on board when they apparently ran into some bad weather Saturday night. So just imagine this. It took from overnight Saturday to Tuesday morning for the man to be found sitting on top of this capsized boat. That is a long time. Right now, crews are searching from Fort Pierce all the way to Bimini in the air and in the water to find the rest of the people on board. They've already searched, they say, more than 1,300 square miles. And the bad news so far, they have not found any other survivors. The man who was found here at the Fort Pierce Inlet, he says no one on board was wearing a life jacket. He was taken to the hospital suffering dehydration and sun exposure. Just a desperate search. The clock ticking at this time right now to find anyone else alive.
Yeah, Terry, and we will be following this story all morning long. The Coast Guard is giving an update later this morning, and you can watch that press conference live on CBS12.com. You can also watch it by downloading our free CBS 12 News app. It starts at 9 a.m.
Well, the search continues off the coast of Fort Pierce for dozens of people who ended up in the water when their boat capsized.
Time is not on their side tonight as rescuers enter day 3 of searching. We're just getting this new video in tonight from the Coast Guard as they navigate choppy waters looking for any signs of life. 40 people were reportedly on board and only one survivor has been found so far. Another body, believed to be from that boat, was also recovered from the water today.
The area they're focusing on right now is about 45 miles just east off the coast of the Fort Pierce Inlet. We know that the boat was traveling from Bimini in the Bahamas. That's an area often used as a stepping stone for migrants trying to come into Florida.
CBS 12's Jay O'Brien joins us live tonight with the latest on the search efforts and why officials are saying human smuggling may be to blame. Jay?
Yeah, Liz, Jim, rescue crews are facing the daunting task tonight of trying to search for 38 people in the darkness. Officials have promised that the search and rescue efforts will go on. They will not stop this evening and they will continue. But they're already calling this a dire situation. It is the worst case scenario, a boat suspected of human smuggling capsizing. That is exactly what many had feared would happen here in the waters around South Florida. The Coast Guard tonight vowing to keep up the search here in Fort Pierce. One survivor rescued by a Good Samaritan, 39 other passengers unaccounted for.
It is dire. The longer they remain in the water without food, without water.
Officials calling it a suspected case of human smuggling.
This is an issue that impacts us regionally in South Florida.
This boat carrying nearly 200 Haitian migrants found last night near the Bahamas. The Coast Guard saying more than 800 Haitian immigrants rescued since last October. And these are some of the dangers, high waves and storms happening up and down the coast of the state that make the trip to South Florida treacherous. And human smugglers charge for the journey, hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars per passenger, a small fortune in countries in the grips of poverty. Many migrants continuing to flee Cuba, but more and more are coming from Haiti, facing the fallout of natural disasters, poverty, and political unrest after the assassination of that nation's president. Some coming through the U.S.-Mexico border, but recently Haitian migrants also traveling by boat, braving a dangerous ocean voyage to places in Palm Beach County. This vessel even washing ashore last spring near Boynton Beach.
Conditions are horrendous.
Former ICE agent Dennis McKenna says human traffickers have been putting migrants at risk for years, rarely providing life jackets and more concerned with evading law enforcement than safety.
A lot of these smugglers are experts. They've been doing it for years. There's a lot of times they come in at night.
Yeah, and we're learning late tonight that there is a federal investigation ongoing into that suspected human smuggling vessel. They are asking anyone who has any knowledge about this case to contact the local Homeland Security office in Miami.
Welcome back, everyone. It's a trend affecting so many of us here in South Florida. Rising rent prices, crippling highs, sometimes pushing longtime residents out of their homes.
Yeah, the data shows that rent has increased by nearly 40% in Palm Beach County last year. This is thousands of out-of-state residents are officially relocating here. Our Lexi Nall now with what the county is doing to create more affordable housing options so locals don't get squeezed out.
Flagler Station is just one of the affordable housing options now under construction in our area. But as rent prices continue to climb, county officials know more has to be done.
Even before the pandemic, we knew we had a problem.
Palm Beach County has long been an expensive place to live, but now County Mayor Robert Weinroth says the real estate market is hotter than ever.
What has happened is our friends up north have discovered what we already knew, that this is the place to live, work, and play, and they're coming down here in droves.
With those transplants come rising rent costs, squeezing many locals out of their longtime homes and creating problems for business owners who can no longer keep employees in the area.
Our business community is now realizing that without housing that's affordable for their employees, they can't hire. People are not able to attract the employees here that they need because, again, they can't afford to live in a home that's decent here in Palm Beach County.
Weinroth says the county will need more than 100,000 affordable housing units in the near future just to meet the demand. This as home prices soar to new highs. The average cost of a house in Palm Beach County is now $500,000, and rent for a 2-bedroom apartment will now cost you more than $1,400 per month on average.
It's a struggle. It's a struggle.
Teresa Boyce has lived in Palm Beach Gardens for more than a decade. Her rent has gone up by over 30% since the start of the pandemic. And with the addition of rising grocery and gas bills, she's not sure if she'll be able to stay in her home much longer.
It's my home. And now I actually have to start looking maybe Martin County. And I don't want to go to Port St. Lucie. That's not where my home is. My home is here.
The county is now in talks with several major developers about building more affordable housing units, and Weinroth says that could mean more construction on county property in the near future.
Ultimately, what we need to do is take the finite resource we have of land and use it more effectively, and that means density.